Now this Spigen Ultra Hybrid S would have been the perfect case if it wasn't for two fatal flaws. So annoyed. Now I'm testing 50 cases to find the best 5. This is review, I think 19 out of 50. Because I'm a reviewer, not an influencer, for the iPhone 17s, my scoring system is based on what the iPhone actually feels when it hits the ground on its corner, on its face, as well as on its camera lump. Now the Spigen Ultra Hybrid S looks like your typical clear case. The back is actually thick. Camera lump is squishy. The back is thick because it has a built-in kickstand. Kickstand's been upgraded because you can swirl it now. Seems like a great addition being able to twirl it, but it serves no real extra useful functionality. When it comes to weight, this thing weighs 63 grams, quite a bit higher than the average 50. And when it comes to bulk, it's gonna make your iPhone feel 66% bigger. That's kind of middle of the road size bulk. Edges are very, very tacky. Back is incredibly slick. Now, when it comes to buttons, they're flow-through metallic buttons and they look very nice on this clear case. Now, this is the Ultra Hybrid S. This is the normal Ultra Hybrid. Product name is basically the same, but the buttons are completely different. Apparently, when you add a kickstand to a product, you have to make it all fancy, but not fancy enough to have a button for the camera control button, because we're just going to cover it with a piece of plastic. Your camera control button is meant to have your finger slide like this. Having it being rubberized just annoys the heck out of me. Just makes the entire iPhone look so cheap. Why? Now, when it comes to MagSafe, pulling things off of it is going to be 10.1 newtons. To push things off, it's going to be 11.2 newtons. That's 11% better than average. Spigen backpack on Spigen case, yeah, they work fairly well together. But what's going on here? The Ultra Hybrid S doesn't have the lower MagSafe array. So wallets are going to rotate quite a bit. MagSafe grips, oh, not so much. Oh, that's really tight. Now, when it comes to protective design, the corners are 2.1 millimeters thick. The back is a whopping 3.3 millimeters thick. This case has air pockets built into it, but unlike the Ultra Hybrid, it doesn't label it as air cushion technology. So these are not the same, apparently. Kind of thought airbags were airbags. Now, rainbowing isn't going to be an issue for this case, mostly because, like the Apple Clear case, the back doesn't actually sit flush on the back of the iPhone. It's actually raised slightly by the MagSafe array. Think that's going to make a difference in terms of protection? Keep watching. Now, this case has a polycarbonate back, so this part's really rigid, but the top is squishy polycarbonate, so the amount of force required to bend this thing 8 mils is 31 newtons. That's 8% better than average. Again, I guess we got the kickstand to thank for that, for being extra stiff. Now, when it came to corner drops, my iPhone felt 9.3 Gs. During the initial impact, which was 11% better than average. Rotation rate after the corner drop was 24% better, but the settling rate was 10% worse. My guess for this 10% is that the back is thicker, so it stores a bit more energy, so it takes a little longer to release. Because the total force going into the iPhone was 13% better than average. All these numbers are actually very good, but the edges of the case are very shallow, great for iPhone access, but when you drop it like that, well, the screen protector hits the table. So disappointing. Now, when it comes to the camera lump, there is a big piece of TPU that envelops the entire camera lump, so when you drop it like that, did you see it? Did you see how much it bounces like this? The initial impact was way higher. The total force was way higher, but the settling was actually pretty good, oddly enough. Even though there were big jumps in the camera lump, the thick lips settled it down pretty quickly. So would I get this product if I wasn't a reviewer? The short answer is no, because I'm annoyed with the button, and camera drops, face-first camera drops at the top here, don't pass. But this is a decent clear case. I do like it. Feels very, very solid. If you can get past those two things that I can't get past, then yeah, maybe buy it. Or don't, I don't care. Spigen's not paying me to make this video. I'm on a mission to figure out what the best 55 cases out of the 50 that I'm gonna test. Make sure you click subscribe so that every single time I post a video, you get notified, or just check my channel regularly because I'm posting a video the moment that I finish them. Thanks for watching.